on the last side, there's a 13-minute jam. And this is it. Hey, Scott here, Scotty's Record Room. Today we've got a really sweet treat. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. Okay, I'm not sure if this is a live album. To be honest, it doesn't signify anything that it is a live album other than the fact that it looks like it's a live album. It smells old, and I got it for $1.83 at Record Surplus, and that's because it's a double album. So let's just get right on into listening to it. The sun back here is setting. There's a beautiful desert sunset here. I think I got some 40-year-old record dust up my nose. But beautiful sunset out here, courtesy of the Mojave Desert. And let's get into the music. When you collect records, you start to recognize labels, the color of the labels. In a world where music is digital, the record label is kind of, doesn't even mean anything anymore. But back in the day, the actual physical sticker, the label, really signified a lot. And all you had to do was glance at the colors or the logo, and you would know quality. So let's listen. The fade-in was kind of weird. Can't say I'm a fan of the fade-in. But of course, I mean, we all know that song. Maybe that's why they faded in. They're kind of like, welcome to Crosby, Stills, Nash Young.
We'd like to introduce our friend Neil Young.
So, this is kind of a legendary thing. I mean, there's no doubt that they are I just got chills. If you can find this record, damn. Because it's like, I mean, this is live, so you're hearing these voices pure. These guys are the best of their generation, and there were so many musicians that were full of crap, but you know that these guys never were. If you've ever heard Crosby or Neil Young talk, you know they speak the truth from their heart about whatever it is that is at hand, and they don't sugarcoat it, and they use their music as a vehicle for truth, and you can feel it in this live recording. And I did not expect this. I mean, Neil Young's just awesome. When I was a little kid, I was like, God, he sounds pretty whiny. But then you get older and you're like, you just get it. If you're gonna diss music, you should do it in your head quietly, because you never know when you're gonna be like, man, Steely Dan, I get it. I mean, this is totally live. You can see the gourd drums reflected in the window. Okay. I'm not gonna go through this whole album. In fact, that first track basically made my $1.82 worth it, so.
This is from our second album.
I mean, I really don't know Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young that well, so.
You who were on the road must have a code that you can live by, and so become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. Teach your children well, their father's help it slowly goes by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they fix, the one you know by. Everybody sing with us. Don't you ever ask them why. If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them and sigh.
I'm gonna listen to this album probably 10 times before I put it back in the sleeve. And that's what's so amazing, okay, about my record collection. Each one of these is filled with about 100. I have 11 to 1,200 records, or maybe more, and I've only listened to them once. And some of those were a long time ago, and I forgot basically what these records are about. So it's a discovery, a rediscovery. There was some reason why I wanted to pick up these records when I was in the record store. And now I'm really excited to share them with you. And you know, like, I know there's a lot of places where you can get records, and the Goodwill's a pretty good place. Record Surplus in Santa Monica is an amazing place because you can get 92-cent records, plus tax they're $1. You can walk out with a huge stack of records and you don't feel guilty or worried that you're not gonna be able to pay your rent. So now that you guys have heard a little bit of it, let's look at it again. It's Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Oh, I think I said A-Way Street because I'm really ridiculous, but I'm sure it says 4-Way Street, and the thing that made it, you could see why I would think it's an A. I think there's some kind of a scratch or a modeling on the paper that makes it look like an A. It's clearly 4-Way Street though, so it's a double disc, 4-Way Street.
I'm not sure what's over New Davidson, whatever happens in St. Whatever happens.
Man,
Sheer profundity.
I don't always have such emotional response to records.
I guess we're never sure what mood we're going to be in ever.
It's kind of amazing. Let's see what the date of this recording is if they tell us. There's nothing on the inside of this. There's nothing. It should say somewhere. It actually did say it right here, but you could see how I wouldn't be able to see it. It's super faded. Hopefully The contrast filter in my editing software will make it visible. It's also printed, I think, on the sleeve. Here we go. Saturday? No. 1917, September. Does it say 23rd? That's my brother's birthday. I don't think that was it. There we go. The Chicago Auditorium, Chicago, Illinois, July 8th, 1970. Oh, and the Forum, LA, June 25th through 28th, 1970. So maybe it's that they just took the best of whatever that leg of the tour was. Whatever, I'm not complaining. So I poked around, I went through the record, and on the last side there's a 13-minute jam, and this is it. So this song is Carry On, Crosby, Stills, Nash Young, from Four-Way Street, the live album. So maybe it's on YouTube. Somebody put it in the comments if you can find it. Maybe you can find this 13-minute jam. Put it in the comments. What's cool about these old records, let's do this before we go. They set the stereo different than they used to. So here you got the wah-wah, the drums, the bass, and some weird eerie thing. Hear that? The wee-wee. So this is like the rhythm section over here. And here's just that kind of solo. It's a different experience than modern mixing. Of course, there's a lot of really great engineers out there that take their cues from some of the older sounds. If you've got a stereo where you can split the pan right and left, and you can separate the sound, then you can have a really awesome listening experience. You can hear another dimension of the music. All right, let's play it out.